Alright guys, welcome to Monday the 26th. Today what we're going to do is we're going to briefly go over the spiral, then we'll look at last time's homework. You can get copies in case you lost yours, then you're going to have about 15 to 20 minutes to work on it depending on how well you work. And then after that, we'll actually go on to multiplying polynomials, which you should be able to understand because it's just like the distributive property. And hopefully everything goes well, hopefully you have a good day, and hopefully there are no problems caused. If you guys have questions, you can always email me, and I should be able to respond back without much harm. So, let's jump into the spiral today. Hopefully some of you got this. Basically what's going on is we're trying to add two things together. We've been adding things for years and years and years, and you should know how to do that by now. So you take 2x plus 3x, because those are like terms. The result of 2x plus 3x is 5x. The next terms that are similar terms or like terms are 5y. It is a positive 5y. It's going to add with negative 2y. So 5 plus negative 2 is going to leave you with more positive. And the difference of 5 and 2 is 3. Its variable is y. At this point, you have everything. That's as good as it gets. We cannot add an x term and a y term together. They are not like terms. Okay? Then I gave you a little bit more difficult one. This one has 7x squared plus x squared, which is 1x squared, plus negative 2x squared. So if I go through this, 7x squared plus 1x squared will leave me with 8x squared. And then I need to add negative 2x squared. 8 plus negative 2 is going to be 6x squared. Let's go on to the next terms. Negative x plus negative 2x plus positive 3x. Negative 1x plus negative 2x is negative 3x, then plus positive 3x. Negative 3 plus 3 is going to leave me at 0x. Since it's 0, I don't have to write anything. But if I really wanted to, I could put plus 0x. And then the last terms that are going to go together are negative 4 plus negative 3 plus positive 5. So negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7 plus positive 5. Negative 7 with positive 5 is going to leave you at negative 2. At this point, I'm going to rewrite this and simplify with the 0 term out of there. So we'll have 6x squared minus 2. And that's as good as that answer can get. I cannot combine those because they are not like terms. Please understand, if you say on Wednesday that you can't do this, what you're telling me is that you are not capable of adding. You should be capable of adding by this point in your life. So here's your spiral for the day. Moving on, let's talk about a couple questions from your homework from last time. If I can pull that up. Here we are. Alright, we talked last time about 1 through 9. Basically all you're doing is you're looking at the exponents. This one has an exponent of 5. By the way, let me make this bigger for you. This one has an exponent of 5. This one has an exponent of 7. we're going to write them so the exponents decrease from left to right. That means the biggest exponent has to be at the far left, and then they're going to get smaller. So this whole term, because it has a higher exponent, must be written first. Negative 6n to the power of 7. And then the next term would be 4n to the power of 5. Since we don't see the sign in front, it means it's a positive. And there's your first answer. Meaning if we looked at number 2, the highest exponent here is a 2. This whole term must be written up front. So that's negative 2x squared. The next term is the one that has an x. We don't see it, it's positive. And then the term without any variables or exponents happens at the very end. And that's as good as that answer can get. Moving on to number 3. We have an exponent of 3, an exponent of 2, an exponent of 4, and then one that doesn't have any variables or exponents. So clearly, the first one here is the exponent of 4. 4y to the 4th. This is a positive 6y to the 3rd. Minus 2y squared. And last but not least, minus 5. That's as good as that answer can get. Now, keep in mind, we cannot combine any of these because they do not have the same variable with the same exponent. Also, along with that, the reason we are writing these in that order is because that's how your answers need to look on this assignment. Okay? So let's scroll down. Let's talk about a couple examples down here. Alright. So, number 12. Just similar to your spiral for the day, we have 8c squared plus negative 3c squared. When I combine those two, that's a positive 8 plus a negative 3. That would leave you with 5c squared. Next up, we would have negative 4c plus positive 1c. Negative 4 plus positive 1 is going to leave you at negative 3. Then we go on to our last term, positive 1 plus positive 5. That's an easy one. Positive 1 plus positive 5 is going to leave you at positive 6. We cannot combine any of these because they are not like terms. That's as good as your answer can get. Let's do a subtraction one. These ones get a little bit difficult because this subtraction sign has to go to each of the terms on the inside. So here's 14. 10b squared minus 4b squared. 10b squared minus 4b squared, that's 10 minus 4, which is going to leave you at 6. Then we have negative 3b minus 5b. It's negative 3 minus 5. That's going to leave you at negative 8. The variable stays the same. And then we have positive 2 minus positive 1. So that's 2 minus 1, which will leave you at a positive 1. That's as good as your result can get. Okay, make sure on each of these that you go ahead and distribute that minus sign to the remaining terms. The other Mr. Limley should be able to help you today. So hopefully you have a good day. Hopefully you get through the assignments, and hopefully all goes well. Good luck. We will see you on Wednesday, hopefully, as long as I'm healthy.